Hi, it's Adele Michael, and I am back with an answer to the question of why energy work. I was at a networking meeting yesterday, and my fellow networkers were giving me feedback about some marketing I'm doing for my event that's coming up in October. And one of them said, well, you haven't really explained to us why we need to be interested in energy work. I know that's what you do, but why? Why should I be interested? And I thought, well, duh, let me tell you. So what I found in my career is that there are invisible barriers to success. And how that first showed up for me was I was doing my graduate work in counseling psychology, and I had a great practicum, a great internship. I was at the University Counseling Center, had great supervisors, loved the clients I was working with. And I didn't know how to find those invisible barriers to success at that point. I just knew it was called interactive listening or close listening. So it was all kind of cognitive. It's like I heard it, I would talk about it. It was all talk. It was really talk therapy. And so my clients would come in and they'd have a problem, and they'd share their problem, and I would help them. And they'd leave feeling better. And then the next week they come in with the same problem. It was so frustrating for all of us. And, I consulted with my mentors and my supervisors, like, what should I do about this? And they gave me their best advice, but they never knew to tell me, you got to go deeper than the words, because the words are only really like 5% of what's going on. That's in your cognitive conscious brain. And the 95% is everywhere else. It's your instincts, it's your body, it's your history, it's your family's history. I mean, it's pretty vast. It's 95% of who you are is not conscious. It's subconscious. So it wasn't until I started to master those skills that I was like, oh, that's where real change happens. And over my career, using the tools that I've mastered, people have made some pretty significant shifts that weren't happening before we used these tools. So that's what I call energy work. Whenever you go beneath the surface and find out what's going on. So that's why I use energy work. The thing about these invisible barriers to success is that you don't know that they're there, but you experience them. For instance, they show up in recurring patterns, like with your money, or with your competence, or being visible, or getting out there with your marketing. All the things that I see, especially women entrepreneurs, women solopreneurs having a problem with, because it's really not what we're taught to do as girls, is to be confident and bold. We're taught to be nice girls, right? But when you're clear of these patterns, you actually show up as yourself very authentically, very clearly. Your personality shines through, and there's not any interference, or there is less interference to people interacting with you. So that means that you can attract more prospects, you can create more clients, you can deliver your services in a fuller way. And I work mostly with women who have a service-based business where they are selling their services. And so it's pretty personal. So if you have any shyness about, oh, is my work good enough? Or do I look good today? Or will they get the results that I hope that I can give to them or help them get? That is what I call interference. And when that's gone, you show up in a really full way, and people can engage more easily with you. So let me give you a couple of case studies. So I talked to someone recently who has a pattern that sounds very familiar to me and may sound familiar to you. And that is that she'll get ahead with her money in her business and then kind of slide back. Get ahead with her money and slide back. So, and I've had that too, and I've done a lot of work around money, a lot of energy work around money for myself, and I help my clients do that because that's opening up the receptor sites to letting the abundance in. And you know, I'm all about abundance of good stuff. So with this client, we were able to start to clean that up, and it could be deeper. I don't know. We'll see in subsequent sessions, but she did report feeling lighter and happier. What about the fear of being seen? You know, I've talked to so many people about this, and it's something that a challenge I meet every day as well, because I know I'm an outgoing person, but I'm also have a shy side, and I don't want people to reject me. I really want people to like me. You may relate to that, or maybe not. But the fear of being seen is a really disruptive pattern that we need to break up through this energy work. So it's also called mindset work, but I like to say energy work because it's your whole energy field. It's not just your mind. It's not just your thoughts. It's your emotions. It's your instinct. It's your intuition. It's your spiritual nature, your spiritual connection. It's everything about you all come together, and you bring all of that into your work. So if you have a pattern of being shy about being seen, it is going to affect your work. It doesn't mean you have to be outgoing and bombastic. You don't have to be Tony Robbins. I've talked about that before. I thought I had to be Tony Robbins. No, I can just be Adele Michael. That's just enough. And you being you is just enough too. And another place where you might find one of these patterns that are holding you back and you don't know what to do about it is a reluctance to getting clear on your marketing message, like what you tell people you do, and getting out there to market. Yeah, so yesterday in our networking group, people were saying, I really know I need to do more videos. And videos can be kind of challenging because you have to, get on camera and talk to people. And then you have to look at yourself and realize, oh my gosh, all those flaws that you see in yourself that nobody else sees. It's crazy. But video now is a really big part of marketing. So, and it's just it's an example of getting clear and getting out and talking to the people you want to be talking to. So that's why energy work. And I incorporate that in all of the work that I do. I incorporate it with strategies about messaging, marketing, and sales. And I'll be doing a 2-day event in October 2018 in Durham, North Carolina, in person. I would love to invite you to find out more about that. You can go to adelemichael.com and ask for a free consult. It's a little gold button up on the right. And we'll talk, because if it's something that calls to you, I would love to see you there. And so that's it. So thanks for listening, and I'll be back next time, and I'm wishing you great prosperity in every aspect of your life and business. Talk to you later.